gaping in the waist. Little logos have started peeling off. They're not anything super unique. This is a size small. For Oner Active is owned by Women's Best. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today I'm giving you the tea on Oner Active. Not only are we going into the details in my brutally honest review, but there's some actual tea that you may have suspected, but now we've confirmed. If you're new here, my name is Kathryn and we do a lot of brutally honest activewear reviews, so make sure to subscribe if you're not already, and check out my Instagram as well because I always do little mini story reviews and whatnot. It's a good time over there. So, Oner Active. If you're watching this video, you probably know, but this is Chrissy Cella's activewear line. She used to be a Gymshark athlete and now she's on her own. She's still working with a few other brands. She has her own like app and everything, which is a whole nother story. If you know the tea, you know the tea. But now she has her own activewear line, which when I first saw it, I was like, okay, this looks like Gymshark meets Women's Best activewear, put it into one. So I will definitely give her some credit for a first time launch. I feel like they did a really good job. They said they only had 22,000 pieces of stock, which doesn't seem like a lot considering she has 2 million Instagram followers, but I actually got everything really no problem. I was very speedy because you have to be speedy. Nothing sold out in my cart, any of that BS. And when she said it was going to be affordable first, I was like, okay, another influencer making activewear that they're gonna say is affordable, but it's really gonna be like $70. But their bras are $34 and their leggings are $44, which I actually do think is pretty affordable. Like that is cheaper than Gymshark, which is about a mid-price range. So props to her on that. And my stuff shipped really quickly. She is overseas for me. I'm in the United States and it got to me in like 3 to 5 days. And the website didn't glitch or anything. So all around, she actually did a really good job for her first launch. But now we get into the secret of maybe why that happened. So personally, I was a little suspicious. So I did a little searchy search and I was like, okay, these designs look like Gymshark Vital Seamless meets Women's Best, right? And I was like, it's very similar to Women's Best activewear. And Chrissy does work with Women's Best. She's like one of their top athletes. Like she's had a supplement collection with them and everything. And then you go to both of their websites and their loyalty program looks exactly the same except with different colors. And then you go to the privacy policy of Oner versus Women's Best and it's literally the same address. Women's Best is based in Austria. Chrissy is based in the UK, but her company is based at the exact same address in Austria as Women's Best. And then you search even further and I looked up the trademark of Oner Active, which is all public information, like this is all out in the open. And the trademark for Oner Active is owned by Women's Best. So I'm like, who owns this company? Is it Women's Best or is it Chrissy Cella? And if this is just kind of like a sub-brand of Women's Best, why wouldn't she just like create her own like clothing line under Women's Best, you know? And I did even further digging. Guys, I clearly have too much time on my hands. I really don't. We made time for this. And the co-founders of Women's Best, by the way, who are men, the co-founders of Women's Best are the co-founders, including Chrissy, of Oner Active. So all signs to me are pointing towards that like Women's Best is heavily involved with Oner Active, which Chrissy never mentioned in her review, and she kept talking about how she was being 100% transparent, 100% honest, and I'm like, you could have maybe mentioned this? I could be totally wrong, but I mean, I'm pretty sure given the evidence, that's what it seems like. At the end of the day, does any of this matter? No. I'm sure that Chrissy played a huge role in all of these designs and actually worked really hard on these pieces, but I do think she was heavily supported by Women's Best. And you know what? Women's Best actually makes pretty good clothing, so this gives a little reassurance that her stuff is actually going to be good. This is probably why their website and their launch ran so smoothly for a first time launch. It probably also kept the prices low, and who knows, maybe she'll like buy out Women's Best of the company at some point, but I just wanted to mention that because I thought that was interesting to say the least. And you know, we provide the details about activewear on this channel, but we also provide the tea, or in this case, water. Stay hydrated, guys. Regardless of the tea, everything is going to be reviewed really objectively and honestly, as I always do on this channel. So without further ado, let's start talking about the pieces. So when I first saw these pieces, I was like, okay, these are pretty basic, and you can look at basic activewear in two ways. You can be like, okay, like why bother making activewear that's basically like already been done before? Like if it's really nothing special, like what's the motivation behind creating it if it's basically already available? Like why is she so passionate about creating like, you know, basic pieces? But on the other hand, basics are always needed and they do appeal to a wide range of groups. So maybe this will be great and outperform other basic seamless sets, and it is a reasonable price range. I was a little surprised to see seamless stuff because in between the time that Chrissy was with like Gymshark and then this company, she basically only wore like Lululemon Aligns. Like I didn't really see her wearing a lot of seamless leggings. So it just didn't appear to me that she really likes seamless leggings, but you know, ask her. I also thought in her review it was really confusing because she kept saying different things about sizing and would not just say one thing. At one point she was like, if you're a medium, I really think you could be a small, but if you're a medium, go for a medium. Like it was just like really confusing. So I just went with my normal legging size and I sized up for the shorts and hoping that it's all fine and dandy. She said that the size extra small and small both fit her absolutely 100% perfectly. And I'm like, you know, it's okay to just fit into one size. Like that's not negative to only fit into one size. Anyways, let's actually talk about the items. So I got a bunch of the bras, I got the shorts and the leggings, and we will squat test everything, including with some like actual full coverage underwear, just, you know, so we can really see. Because I wasn't sure I trusted her squat test rating. And then I also got the t-shirt. I didn't get the jacket. Okay, I'm going to start out with the leggings because I feel like that's the most critical thing that you can get right or wrong. Shorts too, you know. So the leggings are $44 and they come in 2 different lengths, which I really like that she did that. They're only like 1.5 inches difference, and I will measure the inseam on the long ones. I got the long ones, of course, because I'm a tall girl. But this collection really reminds me very heavily of the Vital Seamless. It's just kind of your classic seamless legging material, kind of the same thickness of a Gymshark camo potentially, maybe a little thinner. So they have a thick ribbed waistband, which I do like that in seamless leggings. And they have this little kind of contour detail that goes down from the waistband down to the side of the leggings, which this is like literally exactly like the Vital Seamless, except it's in lines instead of dots like the Vitals. They do have a gusset crotch, which sometimes on seamless leggings can be a little stiff, so we'll see how this is, but looking at it now, it does seem to be pretty stretchy. This whole fabric actually feels really stretchy, which I am excited about. I love a nice stretchy fabric. I feel like the stitching is a little dark for me, like it's a little too contrasting. I do like my stitching to like be the same color as the leggings. And then they just have a little tiny cuff at the edge. So these are like very simple. I think she said at one point in the video that it was meant to have a booty contour at one point, but then it just wasn't working, so they took it out, which I don't think you really need a contour, but we'll see if this gives too much a unibut, because sometimes seamless leggings can do that. And my least favorite part, they have just like those little cheap stick-on logos. This is a message to all companies. Stop with these. I hate them. They suck. I've gotten DMs from people already about Oner Active saying that their little logos have started peeling off before they even wore them. They are not good. Just like, I honestly don't even see the point of logos. It's so small that no one can even see it. Like, I don't think it's necessary, just my opinion. Okay, so it does have that little ribbed detail on the waistband and then comes down a little bit on the side. Here's the logo that I hate. Very thick ribbed material. And then it has that little like contour, like little ribbed detail above the little butt area. And then they have another little logo at the bottom. I got the leggings in the pistachio and the blue, and I got them in the same size and everything, so there's not much to compare there, but I will try on both and squat test both. So let's try them on. All right, guys, so here are the leggings. And I will say they were a little bit of work to get on. I think mostly because they're just like so stretchy that like you really gotta like work them on in little segments, if that makes sense. So first thing first, they are super stretchy. I definitely am not feeling any restriction. So I do really like that. Sometimes in seamless leggings, you can get a little restriction here. And I think they did a great job of making them stretchy. I measured the full length and they're about a 27-inch inseam, and they're totally a full length on me. The waistband is definitely very compressive and kind of snatching, but I wouldn't say it's like overly tight. I don't know. I think overall it's really only a medium compression. This fabric isn't actually as thick as I thought, and it's actually really stretchy. So about a medium compression, medium to high compression in the waist. I do feel like it just doesn't really have a ton going on in the back. I feel like it is like hugging my curves pretty well, so I am getting a little bit of definition in terms of the glutes, but I'm just not entirely sure like it's like the most flattering. Like I actually do think maybe it could have benefited from like a subtle booty contour or just a little something. I would say probably only like medium cellulite friendly, because they're not the thickest, but they do have a little bit of marl to them. But in the lighter colors, it might show a little cellulite. I haven't tried on the medium shorts yet, but in terms of leggings, I would say that these are true to size. They were a little snug to get on, but even in the waistband, I feel like it's almost like turning off my body at the very top, so I wouldn't want to go any smaller. It's still not gaping in the back, like she said. I think true to size for sure. If you're in between, I might even size down because they actually are very stretchy. But in this size small, as you can see, I don't have any extra fabric fabric around here, and I don't think it's like overly tight in any area. This kind of material is really good for like performance. It's on the warmer side, so I wouldn't consider this a summer legging. It's definitely more of a fall to winter, but because this is a marled seamless fabric, it's not going to have any pilling or anything, so definitely like a good like leg day legging. And yeah, on the booty scale, I think I would just give these medium. I don't think I'm getting like a ton of gathering around here, but it does kind of like hug a little, as you can see. So that's just kind of something you get with seamless leggings. I think it'll be a little less noticeable in the darker color. So quick little sit test to see if anything is cutting into the waist. Rolls down maybe like a little bit. We're getting a little rollage here, which is totally fine. We appreciate that in this channel. But it bounces back up pretty easily. I know you guys like the sit test. I'm not entirely sure what it shows at all the times, but you know what? We're gonna keep doing it because it was asked for. So all right, am I blown away by the leggings? No. They're not anything super unique. I can name like 2 other leggings in my closet that are very similar to these. But are they a solid seamless legging? Yeah, they are. I mean, I really don't have too many issues with them. We're gonna squat test with a bright colored underwear as well. I will say, I don't think that this is the most fair squat test because who is wearing big bright pink underwear to the gym? So I will have just a seamless thong on first, and then this. You can kind of determine what you think is the most squat proof for you.
You show me how to dare to love, so tell me what you're thinking of.
So next, let's talk about the bike shorts. I am very excited for these because if you've been watching my channel recently, I have just become obsessed with bike shorts. I think they're so flattering on people. Even when you're short and you don't think they look flattering, I just think they look nice on your legs in general. I don't know, short shorts, they just don't work for me anymore. So I was excited to see a cycling length short. I will measure the inseam of this as well. I think my favorite color in the collection is this beautiful purple color. And these shorts are exactly the same as the leggings in terms of structure. They do have that same little contour detailing that goes down to the front. They have both of the logos, thick seamless waistband. I did get a size medium in these, so, and they do have a crotch gusset. I feel like mine has some stuff on it. Okay, you just saw me took these out of the bag. I did not touch these. I know it's really not noticeable, but there's like this little white stuff right here. The stitching on the leggings was actually really solid, so I'm kind of surprised to see. I hope you can see that right there. Yeah, you can just kind of see that the stitching is kind of like coming out a little bit in some places, so I just feel like that's like a quality control thing. There are just a couple little loose strings and stuff. She did talk in her video about how they altered the like leg part 3 times to make sure it wasn't squeezing in on the thighs, which is amazing. So we'll see if that holds true, but usually with biker shorts, there isn't much of an issue with the thigh area. So yeah, I got these in 2 colors, so we will test them both in size medium. By the way, all of my measurements are in the description below, as always. Here are the cycling shorts. I did measure the inseam and they're about like 7.5. So that I would say that's like a true biker length. So I did get a medium in these. I feel like I do have some issues with the sizing. Obviously this is just on me, but I do have pretty thick thighs up here, but once you get to the mid part, I don't think they're that big, but these feel like really tight on the bottom. So this is a size up from my normal legging size. Because of that, there is a little gaping in the waist when I squat. So I think a small would be better for me. So that's not like the shorts fault. That's, the sizing thing. Waistband is still actually pretty compressive. I would say overall these would be about a medium compression, but it's like high compression around the thighs. It doesn't actually look like they're squishing my thighs in at all. Like when you look, it's not like, ballooning out or anything, but it just definitely feels tight. So I think that this thigh area can maybe be a little looser because the thighs are tight, but the waist is big. So like, would I really be a small, Anyways, besides that, I do like the length and I do like the stretchiness of the material. Feeling pretty stretchy in the little stance. Decently flattering on the glutes. I think this fabric does do a good job of kind of hugging the curves. I think this color would be a little more cellulite friendly, so I would say that these are cellulite friendly. Similar little contour detailing. And yeah, really not much to say about the shorts. So I think if you're thinking of sizing up in Oner Active in general, just be conscious of the waist size. I personally would size it to your waist so that it doesn't gape, because my waist is more of a size small than a size medium, and the size medium in the waist is too big. But everything else is so stretchy that it should be really okay. So if you're okay with kind of a compressive bottom of a short, I would say these are fine, but I do feel like they still have maybe a little bit of work to do. Do a little sit test in the shorts. This is a bigger size. I wouldn't say that it's like totally rolling down, and it's not cutting into me obviously because it's, a little bit big, so. And with the size up, there maybe is a teeny bit of extra fabric around here, but I still don't think it's drawing like crazy attention, so. Now let's talk about the bra. So I was excited to see that they were coming out with a bra because Chrissy does have a larger cup size. So I was excited to see that because your girl also has a larger cup size. So usually where activewear brands fall short for me is the bras. They're just like, oh, here's your spaghetti strap bra that should fit everyone. I'm like, listen, no, it's not gonna work. So the fact that she has like a thick strapped bra with adjustable straps, I was like, girl, thank you very much for listening and doing it for the girls with the girls. So here's the bra. It's just kind of a very basic, it's a seamless legging material. It has the little ribbed area at the bottom of the bra, which Chrissy often folds up and makes shorter. I really don't understand that, but we'll try both ways. Then it has two thick adjustable straps that come into this little fabric diamond with the logo, and I feel like this sits weird on people's backs and I just don't think it looks great, so we're gonna see. And then it comes and splits into two more of the straps, and the straps are that like kind of shiny bra strap material. I don't think they look the best, but if they're gonna provide more support, I'm not mad at it. The sports bra is also only $34, which I think is very reasonably priced. And she talked about how she hates that removable cut padding. She wanted to sew the pads in, but then they were telling her that people will want to take it out. And I think I'm just here to say that we would like the cut pads sewn in. That would have been an awesome addition because I don't know, mine are already kind of coming out the edge here. Like you can see they're just poking out, and I just took it out of the bag. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's not gonna stay in super well. And there's none of that stitching in the middle of the bra that prevents the cut pads from going over to either side, which can be an issue. You know, the cut pads kind of collect in the middle and it just like move around too much. And she talked about how great these cut pads were. I've seen some really bad cut pads. I would say these are fine. They definitely have a little more padding at the bottom, so they're gonna be a pretty padded one. I usually like the more rounded shape cut pads to like whatever this is, but as long as it doesn't show when I'm wearing it, I'm not upset. So here are the details. This is the front, and it has a little contour ribbing detail before the ribbed bra band. These are the straps, and this is that like fabric thing that I just don't absolutely love it. And just for the sake of thoroughness, I do think that there are a couple little loose string details that you can see kind of along the whole bra. So I do think this will be pretty good support. So let's try it on. And now for the bra. So guys, listen, I tried to adjust these cut pads, but I think because she chose thicker cut pads, they're actually like a little more pronounced. And I think that they're like worse. I'd rather have like thinner cut pads. So I don't know if you can see, but the cut pads are just like really getting an outline. I can like totally see it in my mirror. Not a huge fan of that. I will say in terms of support, I'm a 32 triple D, small as my normal sports bra size. And the sports bra is definitely providing a medium to high support. Like I really was not jiggling very much. Part of it may be due to the fact that this feels a little bit snug. Small is my normal sportswear size. I could have maybe even done a medium in this one. So if you're in between sportswear sizes, I would size up because I just feel like this is a little bit tight in some places. I guess I could loosen the straps. I'm wearing it like the long way, and I don't think it's really like even a long line sports bra. So Chrissy tends to roll hers up, which I just don't know if I'm gonna like that. Okay, so this is the sports bra rolled up, and I just don't think I would ever go through the effort of like rolling up a sports bra band. Do I think that you can roll it up? Yeah, I don't think it's super noticeable, and I think it sits pretty well, but I personally would just wear it the long way. But yeah, this is the little diamond back thing, and I just feel like, I don't know, it's not actually causing me any pain or problems. I just feel like it's so bold and looks so big, and it kind of ruins like the delicate like strappy vibe of the sports bra. So when I move my back and stuff, I don't think it's like really actually getting in the way. This also might be due to the sizing, but I am getting like a little bit of side boob spillage that I kind of have to like put myself back into. It has a nice scoop neck, but I don't feel like it's crazy cleavage, and I do think the extra padding does like push up a little bit. I think I would have preferred if the strap was made with like maybe a softer material, because even after loosening the strap, I do feel like it's gonna create those red marks because it's just that like kind of not super soft bra strap type material, which just isn't the most soft on the skin. The material of the actual bra is really soft, but then it couldn't be adjustable. So I see why. I know it's really hard to create perfect activewear. Like there's no such thing as perfect activewear. So I do think that she did overall a really good job. So yeah, a couple complaints about the bras. I think maybe, you know what, let's just take out the cut pads, see how it is. Okay, I think without the cut pads, it's a lot better. Obviously I'm getting a little less shape and a little less pushing up, but I feel like the fabric is thick enough that you're not gonna get any like nippage. It definitely takes it down a level in support. Now it's more of a medium support. So it would just be nice to see the cut pads maybe sewn in. And lastly, I did not get the jacket, but I did get the oversized tee. And I don't know why, but I saw this oversized tee and it just really spoke to me. I am not one to be like really enticed by super basic stuff that I'm like, oh, I could get that at Target or something. But I just actually really liked this. So first of all, this is super oversized. I am really glad I watched her review because she was wearing like a size small or extra small on the top and it looked like a large because they're just like made to be super oversized. So this is literally a small and you can see how, oh my gosh, how wide this is. Oh my God, this is a small. That's actually insane. So it is meant to be super boxy. It's 100% cotton, which it does feel very soft and cottony. Mine, I just took it out of like the little plastic bag and it like has these like black fuzzies all over it. I don't know if you can see, but there are definitely like little black fuzzies kind of all over the shirt. Pint wanted to come say hi. Hey, Pint. Don't resist. Hey, everyone loves how cute you are. So this is just a super basic tee. It has a little Oner logo in the front, but what I liked about it is it has this like little drawstring at the bottom and it just looked really cute on Chrissy in the video. You know, she looks good in everything, so we'll see if this looks good on me. I'm kind of excited for it. And it's also a long enough cropped length that it should go to like the top of your leggings at least and not show any skin. So I don't know, I was just excited. So let's try this on. Guys, this is a size small. Oh my gosh, like I think they took oversized to like the next level. So they truly weren't kidding when they said oversized. I think I could fit 3 of me in here. Would I ever wear this like this? Definitely not. But how it has this little drawstring, so let's see. And you just tuck in the little edge, which is a long way because this shirt is freaking huge. Okay, I'm already gonna say that this little string thing doesn't really like to sit and tuck away very easily. Oh, I guess she tucked it into like her legging waistband. Let's try that. Not sure I'm loving that, but you know, whatever. I just feel like a blueberry. I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's the pants. It's this like giant ballooning thing. It looked so cute on her and it did not look this giant and ballooning. You know, I was actually considering keeping this and I just think that it's, you know, actually let me know in the comments down below. Let me do some cool girl poses, things I don't normally do. Do I look normal or does this look awful? Please don't spare any feelings because I gotta know. I feel like I could be either way, you know? Okay, you know, let's actually review it. So there's a lot of room between you and armpit area. So it's very like breathable. So it's not gonna be, you know, tight on you literally anywhere. I do think this little drawstring thing is cute and creative and I do like how it goes just like to the top of your legging waistband. It can go even a little bit lower. It actually does have a little space. Even so, you're not gonna actually show any of your skin, but I don't, you know, this is just a t-shirt. I don't really know how much more you guys need to know, but it is very soft, minimal stretch, but it's just plain cotton. I don't think you really need it to be stretchy because obviously it's huge. So my normal shirt size is honestly more of a small to medium, and this is a small and it's huge. So I feel like you could definitely size down and it'll still be oversized. I don't know, either way you're going with a shirt, it's gonna be huge. Do not size up though, because that is just not necessary. Also, since I always get asked, I don't think I'm keeping anything from this launch. I don't really need more seamless leggings and wasn't in love with the shorts or the bra or the top. So everything will be going back, but that doesn't mean it's not like, you know, decent. I just don't really need it. All right, guys, so that is it for my review. I think a lot of pieces were really solid. I wasn't essentially blown away from anything. I'm not going to tell you these are the new best seamless leggings. You got to buy them right now, but I think they're pretty reasonably priced and they're pretty reasonable. And if you've had trouble finding seamless leggings, maybe for a long length, I do think that these are pretty good for that. I'll be interested to see where they take this, if they do some more exciting designs next time. Again, not that there's anything wrong with just basics, but sometimes, you know, we like to see a little more. If you guys liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. Thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye!